lot of things have happened since Monday's here, or the last hearing last week. That was on Friday, nung na-hospital si Cassandra Leong. Now, there is a decision to postpone Alice Go's appearance at the next Quad Committee hearing. We already have Cassie Ong out of the hospital, but she did run to the Supreme Court and filed a petition for certiorari. What is the plan of the Quadcom now?
Well, we will still invite both Alice and Cassandra because we believe that they have to answer a lot of questions coming from the members of the Quadcom. And most of these information that we need are actually kept by these two witnesses. And if they will not answer to the questions that will be propounded to them by the members, then we might be compelled to write a report that is perhaps will be considered by them one-sided. We gave them the opportunity. This is due process. We're actually waiting for them to reply to the questions that will be raised. And hiding behind a certiorari or hiding behind a right against self-incrimination is not going to help in ferreting out the truth. So what are they afraid of? We already know the story. We just needed to hear it straight from them. And if they will not speak, then we will be, again, compelled to write a report that may not be favorable to them.
Congressman, I'm just wondering how you will change or pursue the line of questioning, because we did see it happen with Alice Go over in the Senate, and she either does not remember, does not know, or invokes her right against self-incrimination. I'm just wondering if the threats to their lives are real. And we had Attorney Ferdinand Topacio here yesterday night. What is your game plan? Are you possibly considering an executive session first? Is that possible? Are you going to change anything?
To add to that, no? Sorry, Gretch.
Well,
executive session with their lawyers present as per the rules. That's what Attorney Topacio told us last night, that the reason why Cassandra refused an executive session was because her counsel was not going to be allowed into this session. Would you consider, and why not consider, an executive session with counsel present?
Because we don't need a counsel of the witness in an executive session. The reason why the committee will perhaps extend or grant the executive session to a witness who requested that is because there are national security implications that may come out after she reveals something. So if I don't think there is a need for a lawyer there. We know her rights. We will protect her rights. We know, and she can answer all the time that she will invoke her right against self-incrimination, and we will respect that. But having a lawyer inside a room where we are having an executive session is actually not a logical thing to do. For us, that's not even in our rules.
So did I hear you right, Kong Ace, that you will still invite them, and if these two ladies keep answering that they will invoke their right to self-incrimination or just refuse to answer questions, that's going to be okay with the Quad Committee?
Well, again, as we always say, we respect the rights of the witnesses, and that's up to them. If they don't want to cooperate and reveal important and vital information to the Quad Committee, that's their right. Again, we might be compelled to write a committee report that will not be very favorable for them. So that's their lookout. We're giving them all the opportunity. We are exercising due process, and they know that. Even their lawyers know that, because otherwise we could have just written a report and make this report an adverse report against them. So now that we want to hear them, we want to hear them speak and answer questions propounded by the members of the Quadcom, so that there will be a semblance of balance in our committee report writing. So again, that's their lookout. If they will not cooperate, they will not share vital information. That right against self-incrimination from these two witnesses is actually abused. If a member asks you, where do you live, where did you study, is that a incriminating question? It's not. So because their lawyers have actually coached them to say that, so that they know we cannot compel them to speak. So again, this is the lawyer talking. When they invoke such right on questions that are purely not incriminating. Saan ka nag-aral? Sinong kasama mong umalis? Sino nagpaalis sa'yo? That's not even incriminating. So, kaya nga ang ating panawagan, we urge our Filipino citizens, especially these lawyers, they're just there to make sure that they are given a fair trial. And if instances where they have points to defend their clients, that's the way it is. That's due process. And this is what we're granting these witnesses. But
Right.
they still fail to cooperate, then we might be compelled to write a committee report that will not be favorable for them.
Right. Congressman, we know for a fact that Cassandra Ong's legal team does not see it that way. They don't agree that Congress has been lenient with them. And I will quote Attorney Topacio. Like we said, he was here with us last night. He said, he used the words bamboozled, browbeating, and congressional abuse to describe the hearings. He says Congress is essentially overreaching, that it is not a judiciary, and therefore it does not have the right to determine a person's innocence or not. Could I have you respond to that,
that's
please?
true. He's correct, but he's wrong in saying that we bamboozled the witness. We never did that. It's live on Facebook and live on national TV. And people can say whether the statement of the lawyer, Attorney Topacio, is true. No, definitely not. And it's far from reality. Overreaching, that's an overstatement. It's not. You can see, from the videos of how we conducted the hearings in the Quad. We gave Cassandra all the opportunity. We always protect her rights. In fact, we always call the attention of the lawyer because there are questions that are being asked, and sometimes it's the lawyer who's answering the question. It's not anymore the witness. And under our rules, the lawyers or counsels of witnesses can only be present,
Right.
but limited to their ensuring that their clients' rights are protected.
Right.
But they're not allowed to coach their clients. Otherwise, we could have asked the lawyers straight the question, di ba?
You know, all of us here watch the hearings in full. We tune in every time, even no matter how long or short it is. But of course, it's different being there in person with her. And I was wondering if you could tell us, what sense are you getting? Is Cassandra Ong really as innocent as she looks? Or does she know more than she's letting on? Or she's really just gotten caught up in all of this? Nadamay lang.
All I can say is she's more than meets the eye. So we all know that she knows a lot. In fact, she's the representative of all these legal pogo hubs. And she cannot say that she doesn't know any operation of these two corporations. So again, what we have extended to her is the exercise of due process for her. And we are making sure that all our witnesses in the Quadcom are extended the same courtesy, the same due process, and the same opportunity for them, to be able to voice out anything they want to say. We're not stopping them from saying things, except that when witnesses become unruly, uncooperative, and disrespectful, then there must be some committee action there.
Okay, hold that thought, Kong Ace. When you call her a witness, when you say fair trial, these make it sound like this is some sort of court case, when in fact it is a legislative inquiry. And I think this is what is really kind of confusing when it sets the tone for everyone watching. Like I myself, I'm not a lawyer, but I will admit, some parts make me very uncomfortable. Clearly, she doesn't want to answer, and clearly something has to give, right? Something has to change for the flow to move into a different direction. What are you guys considering now? If you really want answers, the most truthful answers from Cassandra Ong, are you guys not willing to meet halfway?
Well, if she's not cooperative, she's not telling us things that are vital in this investigation, then let the court of public opinion judge her. And I'm sure she will not be judged fairly. Kasi hindi siya nagsasabi ng katotohanan. Wala siyang sinasabing, she always says, the statement, I invoke my right against self-incrimination. I don't want to participate. Now, what kind of a trial? This is not a trial. We're not a court. No? But our rules, the court rules, the rules of the court is superior to the rules of the House, where when we conduct investigation or inquiries in aid of legislation. So we follow the same rules of evidence, the same rules, but not too strict, not just like what the court does. So basically, we're the same. Yung objective namin is to discover what are the information we needed in order for us to be able to come up with a new legislation or maybe an amendment to an existing law. And of course, if we find culpability, liability amongst the witnesses that we ask to speak before us, then we will definitely also recommend possible prosecution and filing of criminal charges. If you're a government employee, administrative and criminal charges as well. But you have to participate. You have to cooperate. Because if you don't cooperate, you are waiving your right against being heard. So at least in this court, in our court, or let's just call, quote unquote, the court of public opinion.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, I just remember that actually Attorney Topacio cited you nga as one of the more, what word did he use? Impartial, objective?
Yes.
He said you were more even-handed than your colleagues now because the other congressmen would badger her.
Okay.
So I guess Sean's question is
Well,
maybe you could try a
I'm
different tack
surprised.
next time.
I'm surprised.
Or is
I'm
it
surprised he
possible
said that.
to give some assurances?
I'm the chair of the joint committee, so I have to be impartial. I have to be fair. We have to give equal opportunity to both sides, if there are both sides in that hearing, because we don't want to lose the credibility of this squad. This is a historic and unprecedented created committee in the history of Philippine Congress. And we don't want this to be judged as partial, biased, or maybe even unfair. No? But that's not what we want to happen. We're just here, we're investigating, we want to ferret out the truth on the issues that are four important national issues. Issues on drugs, issues on extrajudicial killings, issues on corruption, and issues on public order and safety. And that's exactly what we want to achieve. And we can assure the public that we will be impartial, we will be fair.
Okay, and what can we expect then next week when they resume? I think we're going to have you guys
There's
have
a
invited
hearing tomorrow,
Tomorrow,
actually,
is it
right?
tomorrow? Or next
Yes, we do have a hearing tomorrow. No?
So
The
that's
hearing
pushing
tomorrow,
through?
our topic tomorrow is still extrajudicial killings. You see, there are a lot of witnesses coming out, and these witnesses that are asking the Quad if we can give them an opportunity to speak. Of course, you know what? Our first requirement in the Quadcom is that we vet. We vet all these witnesses who wants to speak. Second requirement namin, you have to execute an affidavit, a sworn statement, and it must be duly notarized. So that hindi mo kami pwedeng balikan saying that we pressured you, we taught you, we coached you on what to say and things like that. And nangyayari na yun. This has happened a long time ago. So we don't want that these things will not be done before we even present a witness. Now, on the issue of EJK, there are active and retired members of the Philippine National Police who wanted to speak. And because of that, they're all asking the Quadcom for time. And what we told them is that, yes, of course, we will listen to you, but you have to let us know first what are your issues. Because we don't want the committee to be used for their personal and their maybe political interests.
Okay, so tomorrow, EJ case, are you inviting Jed Mabilog? He is back? Or will you only invite him once he invites himself or, speaks of his
Well,
interest?
anybody is welcome to observe and watch and stay there. No, anybody. We're not stopping anyone, especially from the public. But si Mayor Jed Mabilog, because we don't know where we will send our invitation. And we just found out that last night he arrived from somewhere. And he's not. That's why he's not invited in our committee. And we still don't know what he will say. That's why if he wants to say anything, he has to write to us and execute an affidavit.
Okay,
Right.
and then next week we have the Pogo hearing.
Right.
We're gonna have Harry
Yes,
Roque and Alice and
yeah.
Cassandra again.
Magkakasama.
Magkakasama. Ano po yung plan for that? Can we expect something different? A different strategy perhaps? A different tactic from the Quadcom?
There is, but I'm sorry, but I don't have to. I cannot
it's okay.
reveal it to you because they might prepare for it. No,
Okay.
but I will tell you, our guests that we will invite are the same people. No, we want Cassandra on there. We want Alice Go there. We want beside them will be Harry Roque and maybe even the wife of Harry Roque and. Other personalities that have been attending our committee hearing on Pogos.
Right.
So definitely we want, and this will be the turning point, so to speak, on whether we will terminate or still continue. It will all depend on the issues that will come out as well as witnesses that will corroborate a statement made by any witness before the quad that was made in the previous hearings.
Parang alam ko na, they're gonna play good cop, bad cop. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
AR de la Serna.
Well, that could be a strategy.
Well, exactly, right? I have a feeling
That could
that's
be a
where you're gonna go.
I think they did that already during the 15-hour.
Last time it was all bad cop,
See,
bad cop.
The first
when you
one.
interrogate,
Yeah, exactly.
when you interrogate
Hearing and
someone, you just don't hit that person right away. You have to, make him feel comfortable.
Yes,
make him
exactly.
feel at peace.
Exactly.
Because there are tensions.
Right. That's what I'm
here
saying.
and there,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Congressman Barbers, last from me, you once told our sister program StoryCon that lawmakers are open to offering the possibility of being state witness to Cassandra Leong. Is that still on the table?
Yes. No, anybody who wants to speak the truth and feels that their lives will be at stake and they need the support of the government, as long as they are qualified and they are eligible, why not? No, we are offering this program for them to avail. No? If indeed their testimony will be a very important piece of the puzzle that we are building. So that still stands. The offer still stands. And for those witnesses who wants to avail of this program, as long as they are the least guilty, and of course, it will depend on what kind of information will they share before the Quad Committee.
Oh, they have to be the least guilty.
I think it's not the. It has to be. They're not the most guilty.
Yeah.
Right.
The least guilty.
The
Yeah.
least guilty.
Least guilty.
So the people in the middle can avail of the program, but not.
Well, it depends because
The boss.
The program will assess and evaluate whether they are eligible or not.
Okay, so it's not up to the Quadcom. Well, we'll let you
No,
go
no, no,
and
it's
let you.
not. We can make recommendations, and when we do recommend, the evaluation will start.
Okay, well, we'll let you go. Thank you so much for joining us. We know you have a big day tomorrow.
We'll be tuning in.
We will be tuning in. And again, next week, House Quad Committee Chairman and Surigao del Norte, 2nd District Representative Robert Ace Barbers. Thank you so much for your time.